Hey guys, Sonic Smash Bros. Here, and a bit of a retrospect this time. Well, retrospective, rather. But some of us definitely remember Ultra Street Fighter 2 for all 2 to 3 months it was relevant, and quite a few of us especially remember Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, 2 new additions that were added here. Now, I know a lot of people were crying back in the day about how Evil Ryu was stupidly broken, overpowered, and all that shit. But, to tell you the truth, looking at him now, he was nowhere near as good as everyone made him out to be, myself included at the time, actually. But let's go into exactly why. So, first things first, I need to get the major positives out of the way. He's one of 2 characters that can do close standing normals on command as back normals, akin to Via's of an Alpha 3, giving him 12 standing normals at his disposal at will. That is already really good. Plus, he has the forward medium kick overhead from the Alpha series, even though it wasn't an overhead in that game, exclusive to Evil Ryu, and the better overhead of the 2. Also, because his diagonal jump medium punch led to certain juggles, there were a couple of links he could do that normal Ryu cannot. Such as that, or you want to be more fancy, not quite that, but you get the idea. That's rising. No. Oh, didn't side switch that time. Oh, not quite. There we go. So yeah, that link is possible, and that's something that normal Ryu does not have. But, aside from that, here's the main reason everybody cried about Evil Ryu being broken. This one TOD, and I dropped it, of course. Teleport side switch, and yeah, you can side switch on the right, but not the left. It's really weird. But yeah, that was a universal TOD, even though you had to take an extra step against Zangief, but oh well. Anyway, that was the main reason everybody called Evil Ryu broken, that one TOD off of crouching medium kick. But let's look into the other major things that made Evil Ryu Evil Ryu. On crouching confirm, if you hit the right button, wrong button game, and that stunned at just the wrong time. Can you quit stunning when I don't want you to? Yeah, that's another thing. That specifically is a link, but it only combos at certain ranges, and also can be stopped hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. Got the 3-hit confirm. But notice something here. Yeah, that may have gone into the Tatsu, but that wasn't a true combo. Let's not strike throw there. We want the overhead kick. Even off of crouching light punch, that does not confirm to the Tatsu knee hit. So that does not confirm into the TOD in any circumstance. So he does not get a mix-up there. But now we get into the main thing about Evil Ryu that isn't as good as regular Ryu or even Akuma. First off, his Fireball game, which is the core part of his neutral. Because in order to get to the TOD, you have to play the neutral. So, his Fireball game normally is very similar to Ryu's. But then we get to the major problem. Red Fireball. The Javelin's, okay at best, but there's no real reason to use it. Especially considering it doesn't knock down. And then we get the medium and heavy red fireballs where there's really no reason to use the medium one ever, and there's no reason to use the heavy one outside of chip damage on wake up, and you're giving up pressure for that. Because, yes, in the corner, Evil Ryu does still have the classic fireball trap. As you see there. But now, let's compare this real quick to regular Ryu. Back to the same stage. And his red fireballs knock down on any strength. Up close, anyway. So, this meant off of any crouching medium kick confirm, you would go into a knockdown red fireball and start pressure. And in some cases, even start the corner fireball trap. That's already really strong. But then you also have Shinku Hadoken. Probably the best super in the game, because Sword Super got removed. Evil Ryu does not have that. What he instead has is the Raging Demon. So he's more comparable to Akuma, especially considering his Tatsu is very similar to Akuma. But Akuma beats him here too. If we go ahead and just look at how he is normally, Akuma's Fireball game is once again superior to both Ryu and Evil Ryu in speed overall. And the heavy one knocking down from almost any distance. But then he has just a better red fireball in general. And the heavy red fireball in particular is the only one you really want to use here. But he also has an air fireball, and this is the key thing. Akuma can easily set up the HD Remix Raging Demon Unblockable. Not quite the right time, but you get the idea. There you go, that's how that works. You make them block a fireball, demon, and they can't jump out. They have to reversal it. So, another major positive to Akuma over Evil Ryu. His demon travels full screen, and he has an air fireball. Evil Ryu does not have an air fireball. What he instead has to do is use the regular fireball, but that comes with another caveat. Let's not go Sagat, let's go back to Evil Ryu. Back to normal Ryu again, and back to Suzaku Castle one last time. So, what Evil Ryu has to do to set up the Demon Unblockable is use a regular fireball. But here's another problem. As you can see, Evil Ryu's Demon does not travel full screen. It's actually pretty terrible in that regard. He can still set it up mid-screen, but the positioning and the timing is pretty much near exact. The only place where it's consistent is the corner, and I know what you're thinking, why not just use the red fireball? And this is where the problems all come together. Using the red fireball, if you do it at the right distance, you're too far away because your demon doesn't travel full screen. If you do it close enough to where the demon would connect, the red fireball has too much recovery on block. In theory, and only in corner, it's possible to do it right about here, but good luck. But yeah, with that and with everything in knowledge, let's just compare everything. In general, because your opponent will know that you're fishing for the TOD once you start doing crouching medium kick at around this range. They'll play around that unless you have to play neutral again, or force them to make a mistake. But since your neutral game is worse than both Ryu's and Akuma's, that's already a huge problem, because characters with strong defense will actively shut you down, because unlike Ryu, you don't have Shinku Hadoken, so Sagat just outright counters you, and if you try to teleport forward, you're gonna get punished, because they're gonna just beat you, and again, not a fun time. So, teleporting back, wrong way, teleporting back would put you back into neutral, and you don't want to be there. So, I'm just gonna say it straight. If you got hit by this TOD, you got outplayed. And there's the one situation where it doesn't work because you can't side switch on the left corner. So all you'd get is that, and they'd be alive still. But again, if you got hit by this, you got outplayed. So yeah, Evil Ryu was just not as good as everyone made him out to be. Again, myself included at the time too. But with that said, that's all I can really say in the span of 10 minutes. I tried recording this on my phone originally, but the quality was so terrible, I just decided to redo it outright. But, yeah, anyway, Evil Ryu just wasn't as good as people made him out to be at the time, and with all these little caveats to him, he is still strong, don't get me wrong, but not as, overly broken as everyone said. But with that said, that's all I can say within the time I have left, so until the next video, specifically polling for the Proto Man EXE banner, later guys.